Let's take a look at the charts
Yes.
and let's talk about how you spot signs of weakness.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got a few charts here, and you can pull. Got the monthly chart of ES up here, and so let's just first like zoom out and see like this is what you're bearish about, right? I mean, it's pretty much straight up and to the right. But I mean, like the first clue to me that you would be looking for is if you really mean to be bearish. Again, this isn't about day trades. I'm not talking about day trading the index all the time. But if you're generally looking to be bearish price, then you should see monthly lower lows, right? Monthly candles taking out the low of a prior candle, and really twice. That's not going to happen very often in a bull market. And so, you look at the pullback that we had into the end of August, and it was pretty gross. And we've got, a monthly lower low, monthly lower low, monthly lower low into the bottom, right? And that's the thing about bull markets is that they can just snap back on you real fast and reverse that trend. Obviously, you had 2022, but look at 2021. You get a bearish engulfing month. You're like, oh my gosh, here we go. That was the top, and then boom, right? So you just finally took out the lows of a prior month, and that's it. And you just look left, and it's very simple. You can see these bull trends here. We took out the prior low of August in September of 2020, but then the next month doesn't do it again, right? And that's it. All you did is you just formed a consolidation on the monthly and rip higher. And so it's the same thing here in 2024. April was a nasty month. A lot of people got, really bearish, and it was nasty, and it was a great short. But, the next month stayed inside and then just ripped right back up. So to really stay bearish price, you're going to have to see, the monthly or at least the weekly, and I'll flip over the weekly real quick here. Same thing. You're going to need to see a weekly lower low. And again, really twice, because, just taking out 1 week's low doesn't necessarily put a lot of traders above you trapped. And so I'm generally looking for, as like a first criteria, like I'm not even really looking for shorts unless there's some other compelling reason, but big swing shorts until we've taken out a prior week's low, like absolute bare minimum. And I do look at volume profile as well, so we'll touch on that chart in a minute. But that's something that's key for me, is taking out a prior week's low before you're looking to get meaningfully short. And one of the other things that I'm looking at, and I'll flip over to my volume profile chart here, and like a lot of traders aren't familiar with volume profile, and you really don't need to be intimidated, and you don't need to be a volume profile trader to like keep an eye on it. But in general, if you're back in here and weekly is just grinding higher and value is grinding higher and higher, it's probably not a very good time to be short. And value here, I've extended the value ranges on, these are weekly profiles. I've extended those just so you can see them. If the value area low, for example, in this week is entirely above the value area high from the prior week, like it's kind of hard to be bearish there, right? And we essentially did a lot of that, or overlapping higher, all the way up. Now, what you look at then is, is there an ability for sellers to establish value lower on a weekly basis? And, this top wasn't clean on like a weekly profile, but the weekly profile is not the holy grail, right? But you can still see off the top, there was this volume put in here, high volume, then low volume, then more high volume. So they're building volume lower and lower and lower and driving those prices down. So that's, to me, the first thing that you're looking for. But like as you're just trading up higher and higher, it's going to be tough sledding because these buyers are not trapped. You need for them to feel a need to get out. It's a bull market. There's passive flows that a lot of times will chew through supply. And there's a lot of times that supply just isn't even really there because buyers don't feel the need to get out. So to really press on some kind of a meaningful swing short, you're going to need to see buyers in trouble.